Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Lament of Innocence. I am the Caffeine Dragon.
And my name is Basilisk. It's 2 days since the last episode. It was not supposed to be, but it is.
I mean, last recording session?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a bit. There was a incident involving my storage and not having any more. That's been resolved. And speaking of resolutions, here's a thing I want to go snag. We're gonna go snag it now that we have all 3 whips.
Yes. And also, in between episodes, Donovan did roll the 1d1 and we know where we're going next.
Yes.
We had so many options, you see.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, I get the frostbook on. Which I do need first, so.
Listen to that sick jam.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, alright, going the right way.
And you can use the save ticket to teleport back to the front hall once we're done.
Yes! Properly this time.
Since we figured that out.
Alright, so this statue here, if we freeze it, that should be good.
It takes a bit.
And then, you son of a bitch.
Get paralyzed.
Oh, it's the other way around, right. Get off of me. And then, there we go.
So you don't actually need the lightning whip, I don't think.
No. We get the white orb.
But yes, this is how you...
Now you may be wondering, what does the white orb do if you have to have, defeat secret bosses? Well, with the cross,
optional bosses, at least.
Yeah, optional bosses. With the cross, it turns us into Palpatine.
Leon is the Senate. And also, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyways, pop the ticket. We have no need to be in here anymore.
Pop the ticket. I don't remember which one it was. I'm gonna quickly refill our health. And,
yay!
with that little detour out of the way, it is time to go to the Ghostly Theater.
Indeed. And not, as I am prone to calling it, the Golden Theater of the Deranged.
Yes, there's not enough gold for it to be the Golden Theater of the Deranged.
And not enough Nero, either.
Remains to be seen.
And, for context, for those who don't know, I played a lot of Fate Extra on the PSP, and most of my playthroughs were done with that game's Saber, who has Golden Theater of the Deranged as her noble phantasm. And also my most used character in, what is the name of that game? Fate Extella. So, yeah.
Right. Aha! Crystal's here. So with the crystal, we have... Judgment. I might use that for a bit.
Yeah, if memory serves, it's pretty good.
The white orb is a very good orb.
Indeed. I suppose we should talk about this stage, the Ghostly Theater. I will say flat out, I do like the aesthetics here, and the name fits.
It is a ghostly theater.
Was it in Dark Palace of Waterfalls that we talked about the game's enemy variety?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Lament
we
does.
were also pretty tired, but...
Yeah. Unfortunately, Lament does suffer from not having too much in the way of enemy variety.
Oops, all skeletons.
There's a lot of skeletons, yes. Wrong dodge.
Actually, there's a bit of a fun fact. At one point, well before the channel went co-op, I was actually looking at doing Fate Extra as a Let's Play. I wound up not doing it because while I enjoy the game's battle system, I don't know that it would be that fun to watch on a solo. Mostly because there's Cyclopses. Mostly because once you get the hang of it, and especially once you get to know the enemies for each area, it just kind of turns into a bullying fest.
You know what?
Yes, because you were in dire need of a cash flow.
Totally. Actually, I don't have much cash, so.
Yeah, you also don't have much to spend your cash on.
Shh. Look, if you can have as much money as you want in Wild Arms 3, I can have as much money I want in Castlevania. All right?
You went here again.
Yes, I did.
We can't go here yet.
I mean,
well, we can, but we can't do anything here yet.
Yeah. I really should have gone and gotten the wool split. Oh well.
I don't remember what we're originally going to talk about in this episode.
I don't either. Things happened.
Yeah. We've had a whole ass D&D session since then. I played a trippy Sherlock Holmes case. Yeah. Because I think we discussed the context for this original Let's Play in Dark Palace as well.
I think so, yeah.
Either that or Anti-Soul Mysteries Lab.
One of the two.
Yeah. I suppose that is something to address, though. One problem some folks had with this particular entry is, or this particular game, is that, as you might have noticed, there's, not a lot of story going on here.
No. It really only shows up whenever bosses are involved.
And only some of them.
Yeah, 3 in particular.
Golem and Meat Parasite, or Undead Parasite, both basically pass without comment.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I kind of describe this game as stylistically something of a cross between the old school Castlevanias and the Metroidvanias. Because even by the Metroidvania standards, this is a pretty plot-light game.
Yeah.
Of course, not helping this reception was that how this would have been received by the wider game-playing public at the time was that the PlayStation 2 is where narrative-heavy games just really took off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
with the likes of Final Fantasy X, with... Oh my god, a lot of games.
Oh yeah, this room.
Yeah, this room. Actually, we're going to start with blue first.
Yeah, I want to explain this room while we're here.
There's an eyeball in the sky shooting meteors down on you. Trick it into destroying its blue, compatriots. The statues.
Yeah. More or less. But yeah, it wasn't just, like, RPGs that were getting more story-heavy. We also had... Like, the original God of War was pretty plot-heavy. So, the original Devil May Cry was decently plot... Also had a decent amount of plot.
Possessed of a plot, yes.
Yeah. And then, like, Resident Evil 4 was another contender. I'm not sure all these games came out before Lament of Innocence, but they were close enough to around the same time that it would have been, part of the trend at the time.
Yeah.
And I kind of hate that this was such a big part of it, but if you've been looking at the episode count, you probably noticed that we're not really that many episodes deep. In fact, we're not even at double digits yet, and we're way nearer the end of this game than the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
So,
alright, I haven't shown something off. That is Aquadisc.
Yeah. As for where I was going before my brain gave up on me, starting with actually the previous console generation, but it got even more of a thing with like PlayStation 2, there was a feeling the games had to be a lot. They needed, like, a lot of stuff in them, or just to be very long, or both. I mean, we brought up Final Fantasy X. If you just play through the story of that game, it's gonna take you a good minute.
Yep.
Or, and if you feel like not playing through the story, if you can get to the Comlands, there's a shitload of minigames there. And if you really want a time sink, you can play Blitzball.
Oh, God.
And if you really want a time sink, you can try getting the Celestial Weapons. Quick word of advice for anyone who's playing Final Fantasy X and considering going after the Celestial Weapons. Don't! They are not worth it. But yeah, then you get to this game and, you might be wondering, are there, like, side objectives that we've been skipping?
No.
Optional stages?
No.
Well, I mean, there was the 3 optional bosses, and there's those optional doors. That's something, right? You'll most likely run across the theoretically optional bosses, before you just playing through the stage. They're not hard to get to. And the key doors aren't hard to get to either.
They're really not. Granted, there is some actual looking you'll have to do.
Yeah.
But if you have any semblance of curiosity, you're just going to be like, ooh, shiny thing.
Yeah, if you have any semblance of curiosity, you're going to find most of the things in this game on your first playthrough. Yep. There's only two things in the game that are kinda rare drops. So there's only like 2 grinding points in this entire game. Don't bother. And I mean, like, is there any optional content we haven't shown off? We'll get
one.
One, and we will show it. You just can't do it yet.
Yeah.
Now and a big part of that is that this game was still designed with the idea that replay value was still something that the gaming audience really valued. At right about the same time, replay value was kind of getting forgotten. For a while in big AAA games. And yes, this was a big AAA game when it came out. Yeet! Alright, now that Leon's been slapped.
Ah, well, Mana Prism. Oh, here's the way back up.
And yeah. Because there is a bit of extra replay value that Yeah, I think we discussed it in the last episode, and that's that you can play as Joaquin, or however you pronounce his damn name. I don't think he...
Shit, goddamn it, motherfucker!
Pronounced.
Joachim.
Joachim.
Joachim, yeah. Joachim Armstrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
anyways,
he'll beat you
him,
to a pulp.
But, that doesn't give you any different endings or anything. I don't think he has any
Kinda does.
content at all. Huh?
It does. There's a, like, quick cutscene at the end.
Oh, okay. Cool. But yeah, it's, still not much. It's kinda similar to, like, Virgil mode in Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Which isn't a complaint, let's be clear. Virgil mode was awesome. But for people expecting this game to, you know, go for 20 hours, sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. That being said, there is an extra mode off of Joachim mode, and that is Pumpkin mode.
I forgot about that one.
Most people do, because Pumpkin mode is extant. It exists, that's really about it.
Oh yeah, just playing as, like, someone in a pumpkin head mascot suit.
You play as Pumpkin. That is that creature's name.
Huh.
Yep.
So, it's also not hard to unlock. You have to beat Joaquin mode.
Yep.
And once again, there's basically no change except he has a special sub weapon that has a bit of hidden utility. And he has, like, no health, but does a lot of damage.
Yes.
Which, Also, a quick note, in order to play Joaquin, you do have to, after beating the game as Leon, you have to enter Joaquin's name in the name entry screen.
Yes.
Preceded by an @ symbol for some reason.
Yes. Some weird change they did, because entering different names in the save file screen to start a file had been around since Symphony. And I guess they just wanted to make sure, like, hey, this is the preset for this code. Probably just a coding issue.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. As for people curious about the differences between Joaquin mode and Leon, Joaquin has no weapons, items, or equipment, and can't use sub-weapons. However, with one exception, every secret door in the game is already unlocked.
Yes.
Not that it matters. And his general playstyle is also different, but...
He, instead of using a whip, obviously, he chucks swords at people.
Yeah.
Whether by swinging motions or targeted motions, and... yeah, that's really about it. Some of the whip sections obviously have special blocks in place to help him move around.
Yeah. Now some of you might be thinking, well boy, all this sounds a bit similar to how Virgil played in DMC3. Not really.
No.
Not in practice, and even in concept, Konami did not rip off Capcom. Devil May Cry 3 came out 2 years after this game.
Yes.
As for whether or not Capcom ripped off Konami, not likely.
Definitely not.
One of the weirder things about Devil May Cry 4 and 5 when they came out was that they didn't have unlockables. 1, 2, and 3 did. As for DMC...
We don't want to talk about it.
Have you actually played it? I don't recall.
I have.
Okay. Yeah, I've played both it and its DLC.
I'm sorry.
I've played worse games. They're fine.
Shit.
Shit. Fucking hell, dude.
I knew it was coming.
I have played Sonic 06. I've beaten
I'm
Sonic
sorry.
06. Don't play Sonic 06, folks. It's not worth
No. If you have to play it, play the community project of, I think it's called like Sonic P6 or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard that actually makes the game functional.
Yeah, so.
Or frankly, if you insist on playing the game vanilla, play enough of Sonic's story to unlock Shadow, play through Shadow's story, and then stop playing the game. You've seen all the best parts of it.
Yep. Actually, there is a... Where is it? Ooh, money! Because the axe is here, and I get to show off the axe. As soon as I find the damn thing. Here it is. So, with the axe and the white orb, you get axe trap.
Interesting.
It exists.
I do like all the different varieties of special weapon. This is something that I believe had all... Go ahead.
I just realized if I do have the orb I'm thinking of... Yes, I do! Holy shit, I forgot about that.
I do believe the linking special items to sub-weapons has already been done in Harmony of Dissonance.
Check when Harmony came out.
I think this game was a contemporary of Aria, but... Let's see, Harmony of Dissonance, 2002.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Harmony of Dissonance did something similar. Obviously, Harmony of Dissonance being a GBA game, and we'll probably cover that in due time.
Yeah.
It was more limited.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is one of the cooler things about Lament of Innocence. I wish... like, there was a place you could go to get whichever sub-weapon you wanted reliably.
There is.
Oh, yeah, it's like right outside the final boss room, isn't it?
Not even outside. It's a small ways in, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, that works out, because then you can... By that point, you'll have most of the options.
Yes.
That is something I need to check. And make sure my brain isn't gone fuzzy. I can't spell. Now you might be... Now, some of you might be thinking, well, it doesn't seem like y'all did as much preparation this time as you normally do.
That's because I remember far too much of this game.
Yeah. Donovan remembers most of the salient details. I'm essentially just going in to remind myself and check to make sure we're not critically forgetting something.
God, how much fucking fun this one is.
Yeah, no, we are not forgetting anything major.
Cool.
Okay.
I remember correctly. No, this is just an empty room. Okay.
And yeah, another thing on that is that, I can be something of a walking encyclopedia of whatever game I'm playing at the moment, if it's one I'm already familiar with. I have a tendency to look really fucking deep into the games I play. Which means generally it's been somewhat my job to make sure we know all of the secret stuff we want to go for whenever we're doing a project. Discounting, of course, if I'm going in blind. Consequently, I didn't know where anything was in Battle Network 1. So I guess part of the hiccup we're having is I keep expecting there to be more secret shit to find in this game. There is not.
It really isn't.
This is a very simple game, and it's tripping me up. And yeah.
Ah, fuck you. Ah, fuck you.
Actually, there's a thought. Donovan, what actually is your favorite Castlevania now that you've finished playing all the DS ones since Dominus came out?
Used to be Dawn. Used to be Aria Sorrow.
It was Dawn Sorrow. Don't you fucking lie to me.
Yes. Wait. Is
Is that a fucking shotgun?
Hell yeah, it is! Nah, it's really just a...
Oh.
Still.
That's nowhere near as cool, but still.
Order is very strong up there. And really it depends if we count, Bloodstained.
I don't particularly, for kind of the opposite reason, I don't generally count Lords of Shadow when talking about the series.
Fair.
It is a Castlevania game in feel. Oh yeah.
By the way, that's the thing we need to summon the boss.
Yeah. But for at least the purposes of... Well, that's it. Belmonts will never live again. Leon fell to his death like a dumbass. Twice.
There is a secret in this room. Son of a bitch.
At least it's not draining your health.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, mine's tricky.
There it is.
Well, no, it's not that tricky. I said it earlier. Order of Ecclesia is generally the one I say is my favorite, or the best. Because it's really fucking good, mate.
Order is really good. Very solid battle system.
I will note that for anyone who tried to play it and put it down fairly quickly because it wasn't really grabbing them, the first couple of areas aren't the best. It's got a slow start.
Yes, it does.
The further in, though, you get, the better it is. And once you hit the halfway mark, you're off to the races.
Yeah. God. This just in, on Castlevania, Leon was given a gun.
Sorry, I'm just remembering, I had the fortune of being in the call when Donovan played through Order of Ecclesia for the first time. He was accidentally prophetic. But hearing him realize it was great.
It was... It was a thing.
If memory serves, that was also your first time playing through Portrait, wasn't it?
Yes, all the way full.
Okay. I think you had played through all the way through Dawn of Sorrow, though. Which is
Yes,
why it was
much
the
to
one
my
you played
regret.
first. Dawn of Sorrow
Oh, man.
has the misfortune of
Dawn
being
has issues.
Dawn of Sorrow. Dawn is issues.
Dawn has issues,
Doesn't have
yes.
issues, it is issues. Okay. We're being a bit mean to it, but I will say Dawn of Sorrow is a game worth playing.
Yes.
But it's kind of the same issue that, like, Battle Network 1 has. Oh, that's convenient.
Yes. Fuck yo.
If Dawn of Sorrow was the only Castlevania game, it would be really well remembered. If a bit jank. Unfortunately for Dawn of Sorrow, it's not.
No. Now, you may be wondering if we've gone into the boss room, why no boss? Well, we did get something to tell about how to signal curtain time, and that's 1, 2, and 3. 4?
You might not be close enough to it.
5? On the curtain? On the curtain. Or on the carpet, rather.
Yes, people commonly keep curtains on their floor.
Yes. That's what they mean when they say the carpet matches the drapes. Ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop.
Good night, everybody.
Sarah?
Leon, you came to save me.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're not hurt.
I can't believe you're safe.
Let's get out of here first.
Yes.
Who are you?
Oh, my.
I think he immediately clocks that she's not who she looks like.
And I thought this would work so well.
Yeah, I think the whole pulling a knife out and trying to stab him would be like, yeah, okay.
I was careless. It was obvious
having
that
fun.
it wouldn't be so
Yeah.
easy.
And now my hand is broken, damn it!
Suffering because I liked the way you looked.
Well, that's just too bad.
But I've changed my mind. Your face warped in pain. Just the thought thrills me.
Kinky.
Oh, this will be lovely.
Oh, I do have a whip.
Kinky. Anyways, meet the succubus boss.
Yes.
One of the few times she's promoted to boss rank, usually she's just one of the local minions.
Unfortunately, she does not like to be warmed up.
Oh, she doesn't like it when people make her hot, huh?
No. Ah, you bitch. Get off of me.
You got punished for my puns.
Get
I'm
off
sorry.
of me.
Anyways, this is actually, in my opinion, one of the harder bosses of the game if you come here early. Like, part of the reason, if memory serves, that we did Ghostly Theater and Dark Palace of Waterfalls last is because Succubus and Joachim are actually more difficult than Golem and Medusa. As evidenced!
Oh, I'm just sticking around. See?
Yeah, but she was shredding your health while you were doing it, so...
Yeah, true.
I would have fought you in the guise of your loved one. Then, like that old man, you would have...
Old man, you're talking about Ronaldo. What do you mean?
That old man... his own daughter...
And she whirls away into pink. But yes, no Nero here. Definitely not the Golden Theater that arranged.
No. However, there's our gold.
But we do get some gold.
The yellow orb!
Not gonna show it off before we leave?
No, because I have no hearts.
You have no hearts, do you?
I have none.
Heartless
Now-
bastard.
Yeah, I know. Now, there's a very interesting comment she made about Ronaldo's daughter. Let's go find out.
Ah, you did well to come back.
Ronaldo, please tell me
What is it?
about your daughter.
Shit.
That was a
don't know
camera
what you
angle
found,
right there.
but you don't need to know
Yeah.
anymore.
Ronaldo, you've helped me so much. The least I can do for you is listen to your story and support you in your suffering.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah.
Needless meddling.
Yeah.
Well, he is a Belmont.
It becomes a trend.
Very well. I'll tell you. It was 5 years ago. A cold night with a full moon. I returned home from picking herbs necessary for the secret arts. And what greeted me was a sea of steaming blood. And at the center of it were the bodies of my wife and son. I could not believe my eyes. My daughter was there, laughing, blood dripping from her mouth.
She was turned into a vampire?
That's right, by Walter. My daughter went out a window without even looking at me. When I recovered, I built the whip with alchemy. Then, I searched for her.
I see. I've heard enough.
The age rating can only get so high in this game.
So this is what you meant when you said you owed him.
I challenged Walter, but nothing came of it. That's why I live here, and help those who wish to fight him.
I never would have guessed.
Forget everything I just said. Think only of yourself now. He's not an opponent you can beat while distracted.
That's bullshit.
No, you're wrong.
What do you mean?
The force of your grief can only make me stronger. Thank you. I am grateful.
Do as you will.
So, yeah. Bit of a interesting trivia about Ronaldo Gandolfi here.
Would you like today?
I always kind of wondered... Oh, you need a shit ton of money.
Jesus. You're right, I do.
Come back soon.
Actually.
Welcome. What would you like today?
Part of me had always kind of wondered if...
Is this okay? Would you like it?
at some point in the development process, it was originally planned for the succubus boss to be Ronaldo's daughter.
I could see that.
Okay, I don't mind. Anything else? Come back soon.
Either way, I forgot I can't do that.
Yep, I don't know why. That would make sense.
What would you like today?
Because it would make
This time
sense.
period are incredibly idiosyncratic.
Yes, certainly. Anything else?
Which is part of their charm, admittedly, but still, it will trip you up if you get into retro gaming. The
Yeah.
rules are not set yet. Behold also Symphony of the Night and having to equip food as a weapon and then huck it on the ground in order to heal it. Eat it to heal
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh boy.
it's just one of the weirdest fucking things. Also, that game's at the health bar.
Yeah. With that being said, that is our last stage and our last orb boss. And the door is open. So, next time on Castlevania Lament of Innocence, we are going to challenge Walter Bernhardt.
Yes.
But in the meantime, this has been the Caffeine Dragon.
This has been Basilisk.
And next time, we're gonna end the game.
Yeah? Well, we'll try. Don't know if
Yeah.
we'll pull all that off in one episode.
We might.
Might be a bit ambitious there. But we'll see. In the meantime, thank you and good night, folks.
Take care.
Game over.